it's in their subconscious. It affects them subconsciously because visual media, it shows you where you fit in the world. So if you don't see, like, if young girls don't see girls who look like them,
you don't feel like you're relevant
of beauty, or if they just don't see themselves at all, it's almost like the world is telling you that you don't exist.
Hello and welcome to the AYA Agenda. My name is Abraham Flores.
I'm Meysi Ramon.
I'm Penelope Carrillo.
I'm Wences Lopez.
And I'm Claudia Brown.
And today we're going to be talking about the underrepresentation of minorities in film.
I know that the upcoming Ariel movie has been received.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. The live action has been receiving a lot of backlash.
Okay, the Little Mermaid has, the role of Little Mermaid has been cast. So this little girl, Chloe x Halle, they're twin girls and they are singing duo. And Halle has actually been chosen for the role of the Little Mermaid, and she is an African American girl. And some people are mad
because of course the canon Little Mermaid, the animation version that came out quite a while ago, is of course a Caucasian redhead.
Yeah, but she's faced a lot of backlash on Twitter. As soon as it was posted, they were like, no, like, that's not my Ariel. I do not claim that. That's not okay.
Over the 4th of July weekend, it actually became a trending hashtag on Twitter.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know that it was a thing until like the 4th of July weekend when I saw that everyone was posting a whole petition to get her off the casting. And I was like, that was interesting.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Ariel is not even the Little Mermaid's name. The Little Mermaid is from a fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen called The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid's name is The Little Mermaid. So technically, Ariel, who is a redhead, the Little Mermaid, not Ariel, is never described as a redhead or anything. So
yeah, that was just portrayed when they first started the movie. They just thought, because the original writer, she was Danish, so they thought, oh, she's gonna be this white, Caucasian mermaid.
Was a man.
Oh, sorry. he. So when he wrote this, he was Danish, and so they thought, oh. And times back then, they were like, oh, I'm not gonna give him this minority role. Like, that's not how it is. But since that has changed, they decided, oh, this is right. They deserve to be portrayed in film.
The thing is, like, it doesn't matter what she looks like. It matters what, like, her vibe. Does she have that Little Mermaid Disney princess vibe? If you close your eyes and you don't see what she looks like, do you hear Ariel? Do you hear the Little Mermaid?
And she can sing, so
she sings
I'm really excited.
So well.
And besides all of that, a whole generation grew up not being able to see themselves in Disney films.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, y'all have every other Disney princess. Y'all have every other. You got Snow White.
I just think that it's because many of these movies originated when they was like really, really old times, and like, we still had that. The white folks were overpowering the minorities.
Yeah.
So it gives us that sense of seeing them in live action movies and seeing minorities in live action movies. Like you said, it makes us kind of like put ourselves in the shoes and makes us realize we can be in that situation.
Period.
Speaking of minorities in live action movies, Mulan, the live action version, was just recently announced. However, a Mushu dragon is
they're not including him.
They're not including him.
And he was a key role in the
animation.
He made it funny, like little kid-like, but they've decided to take it into a sense to where it's more
traditional.
They're taking a serious stance on.
Yeah,
they're trying to appreciate the Chinese roots, because it is an original story about a real girl in China. But even though it hurts my heart that Mushu is not going to be in the movie, he's voiced by Eddie Murphy, who is an African-American comedian. So I can see why they would say, maybe not this time. And Mushu is kind of a character that was not in the original.
It fits better into the animation because it's more for kids and it's more of a comedic relief.
Yeah. I know that people were also saying, oh, what if we changed Tiana from Princess and the Frog to a white girl?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like people were saying, how would you feel if we switched that up? But I guess there's that lack of understanding that her being African American is like key.
It's key to the movie.
Yeah, it's key to the movie.
The movie,
it takes place
around. Yeah, it's place where she's from and where she grew up.
Yeah,
so
that culture.
It would be very, very weird to change it to a white person, because it's like, what are your roots from where the movie is?
The thing is, making the Little Mermaid white, black, purple, blue.
She's a mermaid.
It has nothing to do with
the
story.
You're not real.
Tiana, the fact that Tiana is African American is important to the story. but for the Little Mermaid,
It's like Coco.
not.
It's like you can't move Coco to the United States.
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
to some completely
Or
different
like-
country.
What if we made
Because it just
Coco
won't
white?
it just won't make sense.
What if the Coco live action? What if he was white? How would you feel?
What if his name was like Timothy?
It's like, makes no. His name is not Coco.
It's Miguel.
I know that's why. What if his name was Timothy?
But,
But,
yeah, how would you feel? How would
Yeah.
you feel?
I saw that trending. I know that's also like coming back to like minorities and being like the lack of representation. I know that has happened for Crazy Rich Asians, which has been like very like breaking barriers for Asians, because I know that there's a lot of stereotypes still surrounding them.
In previous movies, they've like completely like not given them lead roles. They pushed them to like, not important, just
And
like
the
a
roles that they do
sidebar.
have are always stereotypical.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
definitely,
There's like
yeah.
an underrepresented. People say like representation and diversity is not throwing one black girl or
Yeah.
one Latina girl in a group of like
Yep.
white girls, or the representation is not throwing in a Latino person but having
Just
them
to be
be
a
like
stereotypical
role.
just to be like a cholo. Like that's not
Oh
diversity.
yeah, like
Yeah.
all the like all my block and stuff. Like you
Yeah,
see
like,
all
oh,
those
come
shows
on.
coming
That's
in
not-
like with.
That's
know,
that's not all. We're
not
not just
even-
this. There's
Yeah.
like a whole spectrum of people who are part of this community, and we don't all talk like that. Or we
Oh, we
don't all.
definitely.
Or we don't all. We're the big hoops, or we don't all have the like. And we
Yeah.
don't all have box.
Like I
brains.
understand that they have good intentions to like show them where they come from, but it's not there. It
Do it
doesn't.
right.
Do it
Sometimes-
right. If you're
Yeah.
gonna do it right.
Sometimes it's not
Exactly.
even with good intention. They're trying to like.
For their
Sometimes it doesn't. It just doesn't feel genuine. They're trying to
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
revenue or that coin from minorities, saying, "Hey, look, you're here too. Come and buy our product." And then they're like, "Yes, yes,
Yeah, just so they won't
representation,
face
diversity."
backlash. They're like, oh, we'll throw in a minority, so
Yeah.
you won't hear anything from them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A good example of that was in the movie industry getting better of that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
What? It's on Netflix.
No,
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
on
know.
Netflix.
Yes, Miles Morales is mixed. He is half Latino, half African American, and Spider-Man is such like everybody, every little boy and every little girl knows Spider-Man. They all have their Spider-Man like lunchbox. So, but the history of Spider-Man has always been white. So seeing this different Spider-Man, that like it was kind of shocking seeing the trailer and seeing
But if
Spider-Man
you
without
think
his
about
mask.
it, if I may interrupt you, if you think about it, what kid is really gonna look and be like, oh, the Spider-Man in this movie is half Latino, half African American?
They just
I don't know.
What do you
It kind of has it. It's in their subconscious. It affects them subconsciously because visual media. It shows you where you fit in the world. So if you don't see, like, if young girls don't see
You don't-
girls who look like them,
yeah, you
in-
don't feel
in
like you're
positions
relevant.
of beauty, or if they just don't see themselves at all, it's almost like the world is telling you that you don't exist.
Yeah.
It's so odd. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important to see other people that you have grown up around, like to see, like in Coco, to see your family traditions displayed in the media. Like that's so important to see how significant it is to society.
And to see them portrayed as the hero, not the side
Yeah.
character, or as like the or as the CEO, and not the maid to the CEO. Just
And-
'cause- yeah.
Yeah, and even like just like portraying daily life, the culture. I know Moonlight won Best Picture. I forgot what year it
Yeah.
was. I think that
La La Land. Oh, I mean, Moonlight.
Oh yeah, I know. And I think Jay-Z made a video about that. How even in Academy Awards, like white people are still attempting
Yeah.
to steal the spotlight, and there's a whole
Y'all
scandal.
remember when there was no black people nominated?
Oh,
for the
oh,
Oscars?
yeah.
Yeah, those, like,
Who was the first person
The first person.
or the
for
first
what?
movie to win like anything?
No, that was like 2 years
No,
ago.
no, no.
There
Yeah,
was,
like
no-
recently there was
Yeah,
like no
recently there was, like,
nominees
no
that were like
Oh,
African
yeah,
American.
They
were
And
all
people
white.
realized that
and they
after.
know.
People realized
Yeah.
that after
Yeah,
the
no.
award.
Well, we are getting better with
Yeah.
shows such as Spider-Man and this
Moonlight.
upcoming
Um,
The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
The Little
Yeah.
Little
Mermaid.
Mermaid.
Progress.
and Mulan.
And
And
Mulan.
Mulan.
Yes.
So we're getting better at it.
All Asian cast.
Love it.
So
Love it.
for Annenberg Media, for the AYA Agendum, my name is Abraham Flores,
And I'm Meysi Ramon.
I'm Penelope Carrillo.
Wences Lopez.
And I'm Claudia Brown.
and we're signing off. Thank you for listening.